morning, guys. Yep, let's get started. Our lesson today is talking about the definite integral. We already finished the indefinite integrals and the integrals by substitution of indefinite integrals. But now, as you see, we have the definite integrals. First of all, we're going to take the Riemann sums and the definite integrals. As you see in this figure on the right, we have an area under the curve. And to find the area under this curve, we have to divide this area into small portions. Okay, to divide it into small portions or small rectangles, if we imagine that we are finding here the area under this curve, okay, on the interval a to b, such that a is equal to x0 less than x1 less than x2 and so on. And here x1, x2, x3, x4 and so on till you reach the p. Okay. Just give me 1 minute, guys. So Riemann sums and the definite integrals. I'm going to divide here the area under the curve into small rectangles, as you see in the figure at the right. And then we will find the area of each portion. We will divide this area into x1, x2, x3, x4, and so on till x minus n, or xn, x, and so on until you reach the p, divided into small rectangles or portions said to be regular rectangles. And then find what, guys? We will divide this into what? N subintervals, such that delta x1 equals x1 minus x0, such that the first part after x after a is x, and a exactly is x0. The a exactly is x0, and the next one is x1, and so on. And a is x0, and b, yes, b will be what? Here xn, and so on. Here is x1, here is x2, here is x3, and here is x4, and x5, and so on till xn minus 1 had xn, okay? Delta x means what? The difference between every x and the previous one. x1 minus x0, which is a. Delta x2, which is the difference between x2 minus x1. Delta x3 minus x2. Delta xn is xn minus xn minus 1. Okay, and each portion here is constant, is regular. You have to find the area of this rectangle. Area of rectangle, you know, it's what? Length times width. So I think that your width now is delta xk, such that k is a constant, and they all have the same length, L. Delta x sub k equals delta x, which is b minus a over n. b minus a over n. The widths of the rectangles approaches 0, as n is made large. This delta x approaches to 0 if n is very, very large. Okay, we need some way to measure the size of the widths. Okay, so here, guys, on the number line below, to find the widths, we're gonna max delta x sub k, which is the largest subintervals widths. Okay, let's find it. In this figure, he said the magnitude max delta xk is called the mesh size of the portion. From 0 to 6, for example, we can divide this distance between 0 to 6 into 4 intervals. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. Delta x1, delta x2, delta x3, delta x4, and so on. And we gotta find the max delta k, which is delta x3. He will say 9 مثلا over 2 minus 5 over 2 gives 2. Yani this distance is what? Is 2. Okay. If we generalize definition 4.4.5 so that it's allowing a unique what sub-intervals with this, we have to replace the length by the summation. Summation from 1 to n of f of x sub k star delta x, which is replaced by summation of f delta x what? x sub k ده times delta x. طبعا هي delta x which is the width بالlength, and we're gonna find the sum because as you see here we have a lot of what rectangles or regular portions inside or under this curve. When n is positive infinity, and as you divide the area under this curve into a smaller and smaller portions, you're gonna get an accurate area. So when n approaches positive infinity and substitute n by this value, okay, or take the limit. هو بدي عشان نطلع الماكس دلتا اكس approaches zero عشان يكنسل هذا الدلتا اكس to be a zero, and then he will find this what definition. A function f is said to be integratable on a finite closed. ده الليسون بتاعنا in a starting from a to b, for example, finite closed interval by taking the limit of the summation of f of x sub k star times delta x sub k. تمام. Okay, so simply to find guys here we have to use this formula اللي هو when we have to find the area under curve. Okay, we have to use the Riemann's sum. It's called the Riemann's sum, the limit as delta x approaches zero of the summation of f. Okay, we have definite integral. It's called of f from a to b, or the area between a to b under this curve. The numbers a and b are called the lower limit, and the b is called the upper limit. Okay, أو اسمهم yes of the limits of integration. And f of x is called the integrand, يعني the function اللي انت هتعمل لها integrand اللي هو الكيرف نفسه. This curve f of x. Okay, and here delta x, which is what, as we said here, delta x, which is the minus between each b minus a. It's b minus a. So if a function f is continuous on the interval ab, continuous يعني not, there is no gaps or any breaks between the function, yes, then f is integrable, and we can find the integral of this function on the closed interval ab, and the net signed area a between the graph of f and the interval ab is here, guys, because delta x is gonna approach zero, delta x sub k can approach zero when you take the limit, so you have only the integral from a to b of f of x dx. So simply he's asking us here to find the sketch the region and then find what, evaluate the integral using the appropriate formula geometry. Let's do the first example to know that it's so easy. It's not hard. Yeah. The definition only, it's so hard. So to find the first question, the integral of 2 dx. Yeah, it's simply, I can do it in only 1 second as 2x, and then close your brackets from 1 to 4, as we learned in the previous sessions, that the integral of 2 is 2x. But the new thing here that it's from what? 1 to 4. Yeah. We have to substitute first 2 times 4, and then minus 2 times 1. The upper limit first minus the lower limit. So it's simply 8 minus 2, and your answer gonna be 6. So first step is to integrate عادي, as we learned before in the previous sessions. The integral of a2 is 2x, and then substitute. How to substitute? Start from the upper one. Start from the upper one. 2 times 4 minus 2 times what? Times x. This is the first example. Let's solve the second one to move on our quiz, and then we're gonna repeat this all again and explain it tomorrow. Again, guys, we have here the integral of x plus 2. It's so easy, as I said, I'm gonna integrate the first question easily. The integral of x, which is x squared over 2, add 1 to the exponent and divide by the new exponent. And the integral of 2 is 2x, and then from negative 1 to 2. This is the new issue, is to substitute first by 2a instead of x, like 2 squared over 2 plus 2 times 2, and then minus you have to substitute here, which is negative 1 squared over 2 plus 2 times negative 1. Take care that this minus for all. And we have to put a parenthesis here. 2 squared is 4 over 2 plus 4, and then minus negative 1 squared over 2, which is half, and then minus 2 equals, you have 4 over 2, which is 2, plus 4, and then minus half minus 2, which is what? 3 over 2, negative 3 over 2, negative 3 over 2 times هذا الماينس, so it's positive 3 over 2, and the adding here gives 6 plus 1 and a half, which is 7 and a half. Also, you can use your calculator and put this all in the calculator, gonna give us the answer directly. Yeah.
Mister,
I'm gonna stop here now and let's start our
Mister,
quiz. Yes.
why did we square the x plus 2?
Is the integral of x is x squared over 2. The integral of 2 is 2x. Integrate
Oh,
first
okay.
and then
Yes, yes, yes.
substitute here.
We should
Okay.
integrate before we do anything, صح?
Yeah, sure. Integrate first and then substitute the upper limit minus the lower limit.
Okay, okay.
2 squared over 2 plus 4 اللي هي 2 by 2, and then substitute by negative 1. Negative 1 squared, but دايما minus between them. Always minus between them. Okay, sure guys, we have a lot of sessions for this lesson this week, and we will practice a lot, and we will justify all what I said here again. But let's move on to our quiz. All of you guys, are you ready? You should start, guys, exactly now. Open your view class, and then we have to start right now, guys. You will find the quiz in your view class. Open the cameras. Open your cameras. You have quiz now on view class, and the duration is 20 minutes, so hurry up, guys. Gonna start right now. Yeah, it's already started. If you're ready, guys, open the quiz, raise your hand. Open your cameras, please. Okay, Elias, you started, Zaini, and Khalid Shaer, Abdullah Muhammad. Raise your hand if you start your quiz. Faris Matar. Guys, all of you, raise your hand if you already start your quiz. I'm gonna take the absence. Raise your hand, please, if you already started your quiz. And open your camera, guys. I'd like to. Huh? Okay, Yanis. Yes, guys, start. Okay. Any questions, guys, in the quiz? Ahmed Said absent for the quiz. Yes, you are here. Anas. Okay. Khalid. Khalid Al-Jibali. Al-Jibali, yes. Here, right? Yes, Khalid Al-Jibali is here. Okay. Khalid Al-Shair. Rakan. Rudwan absent. Right? Okay, guys, please send for them a message quickly. Because I will not repeat this. Quiz again. So please send for your friends a message that we already started here our quiz and no other way to repeat it again and no excuse. And also I'm gonna send here a message on the WhatsApp group. Okay, if you finish also guys tell me that you already finished the quiz. I can see.
Mr. It turned it by itself.
Okay, okay. All of you guys try to open your camera. It's not optional, you have to you have to open your camera please. It's a quiz. If you already finished, raise your hand. Faris Matar, done.
لا لسه يا مستر ما خلص.
Okay. 2 3 4 5 طيب خالد الجبالي خالد الجبالي محمد زبيدي open your camera Yusuf Harun I don't know what's the problem with Yusuf Harun no voice no cam I don't know if he is still alive or not just joined here a name like this and there are 8 absent guys for the quiz and all of them gonna take 0 yeah guys did you finish here no one submitted now you are still solving take care guys that one question no need يعني to to do your substitution, you just choose the U, something like this. Yes. The question that say if, where is it? This one. If the substitution U equals 1 plus radical x is made, what's gonna happen here to the integral of 1 plus radical x to the power of 3 over 2 over radical x dx? Yes, you just do your steps. So don't integrate, guys. Leave it. Leave it in terms of U. Substitute U and substitute du. Muhammad Zaini finished?
No, mister.
Still solving? Thank you. Abdullah Muhammad, put your camera down a little bit. Yes, yes. Okay, Abdullah. First time to see you. How are you, Abdullah? Okay.
مستر
Yes, Anas.
تحكي لنا العلامات كم جبنا لانه ببينش عنا.
Yes, Badran, you finished?
Yes, I just submitted.
Yes,
I didn't have time.
I have Abdulaziz Talal submitted Ziad, and Yusuf Haroun submitted, and Omar Harani submitted here. Okay.
I also submitted.
شكلكم استعجلتوا شوي. طيب صالح submitted. أنس. خالد الشاعر. Yes, Khalid.
Yes.
Okay, Khalid.
Can I turn off the camera?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You guys turn off your camera, no problem. I still have here not correct. So, okay, Muhammad Abdel Muttalib, يا شباب, if you know him, send for him a message or send for him a call. Make for him a call, guys, and tell him that you have a quiz right now. I don't have his number. Abdurrahman Haytham Al-Abyad, also, please ask him to join quickly because we have only 2 minutes. We're not able to finish us. Ahmed Saeed and Abdurrahman Kintab, quickly. Abdurrahman, quickly, you have only 2 minutes left. Try to finish your quiz before this 2 minutes. And the quiz نفسه هيتقفل بعد 2 minutes. And Ali Steve, the same. Rodwan, try to finish quickly. Where is Rodwan? He's not here. He's solving the quiz and he's not here in the